On this edition of Lexington Now, Crave Food and Music Festival, community corrections, and pool safety. I'm Neil Noah, and welcome to Lexington Now for the week of July 18th, 2022. The annual Crave Food and Music Festival is coming, and we caught up with Soraya Brewer, music and production director for the festival, to get a sneak peek.
So I'm Soraya Brewer, and I work for Smiley Pete Publishing. We are the producers behind Crave Food and Music Festival, and I am the music and production director, so I help coordinate all of the live music that we have at the festival. It's basically a huge food party. It is a festival, so there is live music, there's lots of fun kids activities, and all kinds of fun activities. It takes place out in a park, but food is our main focus, so we have over 40 food vendors. The main goal is to highlight kind of the local food producers and the restaurants and caterers and food trucks and small businesses focusing on food here in the Central Kentucky region. So it started as a relatively small event with a similar focus, just a way to kind of highlight some of our local restaurants, and it started as in Beaumont Center at Moondance Amphitheater. I think we had maybe 1,000 people our first year. Within a few years, we had moved to Masterson Station Park. We outgrew that space, and it's just become a huge event. We expect about 15 to 20,000 people over the course of the weekend every year. It's kind of where our numbers have been the past several years. But it's just a great space. There's plenty of room for everybody to spread out, and it's a great way to try lots of different food and kind of discover your new favorite restaurant. We love it when people tell us. It's a very common feedback that we get is that people discovered their new favorite restaurant at Crave. So the Crave takes place July 30th and 31st this year at Masterson Station Park, and the gates open at noon both days. Saturday we go until 11 p.m. and Sunday we go until 7 p.m. So it's $10 for a day, or $15 if you want a whole weekend pass, if you want to come both days, and kids 10 and under are free to get in. And University of Kentucky students actually get discounted tickets as well. So we partner with Live Green Lexington to come up with all kinds of fun activities for the kids. We have the bouncy houses and some little kind of splash areas, some places for them, but they also do a scavenger hunt for the kids where they get to go around and find things and win prizes, and lots of games. So there's a whole tent that's just dedicated to kids. We also have On the Move Art Studio that comes and does some art projects with the kids, and we have ice cream trucks, so that's always a big hit for the kids as well. But we really say it's for all ages. We have a classic car show, so it's kind of a great multi-generational outing to take the grandparents and the kids, and then with all the food and drinks and live music, it's also a great date night, a great place to come with your friends as well. Music is going, it starts at 1 o'clock both days and goes until the end of the festival, and we really like to highlight lots of different genres. So we have everything from bluegrass to psychedelic blues to Americana, some folk music, and so we've got a pretty wide variety, and you can see the whole live lineup on our website or on our app at cravelexington.com. Mostly Lexington bands, but we also have several bands from Nashville this year. So there's really just a wide variety, some great rock and roll, just pretty much something for everybody. We love having a big variety of food vendors at Crave. We've got everything from barbecue. So right now we are at Honeywood Restaurant, which is one of the restaurants owned by Weedham Michael, who's one of our most well-known chefs. She's actually bringing all of her concepts to Crave under one tent. So that's Honeywood, Wallace Station, Zim's Cafe, Midway Bakery, Windy Corner, all of those places, these wonderful sweet potato beignets with a whipped ricotta and some kind of like a sweet chili pepper jelly actually. Those are just going to be one of the types of items that you can get under her tent. But we also have, like I said, ice cream. We've got pizza. It's just a really wide variety. You can we have all of the vendors outlined at cravelexington.com/food if you're interested in specifics. We really like it to be a place where people can explore and just try all kinds of new things. The food is all at a really low price point, so $3 to $5 is the average price for an item. So we hope that people can try, 10 different things when they're there. Yeah, so come on out to Crave Food and Music Festival, July 30th and 31st, and you can download the festival app at your local app store on your phone, and we also have lots of information at cravelexington.com.
Tune in next week as we continue our conversation with Soraya. Our series on public safety continues as we talk to the folks at Community Corrections.
I'm Matt Lamont. I'm the major over operations at the Fayette County Detention Center. So I started in 2008, so I've been here just about 14 years. Currently I'm over operations, which is all of custody. I've worked in intake, I've worked in classification, inmate services, a bunch of different areas throughout the facility. So we've got about 300 employees right now. Our division is Division of Community Corrections, and what we are is anyone that gets arrested inside Fayette County, whether it's by the police department, the sheriff's department, it could be Kentucky State Police, ATF, whoever. If you get arrested inside Fayette County, you'll come to us and await your trial. Right now we're hovering about 950 inmates. Most of those are pretrial detainees that we're waiting to go to court. Some of them have been sentenced and are waiting for a bed with the state. If you're working in custody, you're working in a housing unit like what I'm in right now, and you're in charge of the safety and security of the inmate population and making sure that everybody gets all their needs. They get their medication, they get fed, they get their recreation, stuff like that. But that's just custody. You have other areas in our facility as well, such as intake, that does the booking in and booking out process of new inmates or releases. You have master control that controls a lot of the doors that we have. You have electronic monitoring for ankle bracelets. You have inmate services to be the inmate's liaison with the outside world. You have classification that decides where all the inmates go. So once you get started with a job here, there's a lot of different possibilities that you can explore and move around and get so that you're not doing the same thing every day. It's a real close-knit environment. We all have each other's backs. Even if you're in a different area, we kind of know what everybody does, so that way you can kind of understand, what everybody's going through. So everyone really pulls together and helps each other out. One thing that not a lot of people know is how much of an impact you can really have on individuals' lives, whether it's someone that you work with or someone that you work with because they're made to be here. Just treating everyone like they're your neighbors, because in reality, a lot of the people that are here aren't here for big, huge offenses. They're here because they got caught doing something against the law, and this is where they ended up. But they could be your neighbor, they could be a coworker from a past job, or they could be a friends or family of someone that you know. Right now, we're looking at filling about 100 vacancies that we have for new officers. So those officers, you'd start out working custody, kind of working in the housing units, but as you kind of move on with your career with us, you can move into a lot of those different opportunities. You can also move up the ranks too. I started here as an officer, I became a sergeant, then a lieutenant, then a captain, then a major. So there's a lot of not just lateral mobility, but vertical mobility as well, as far as working your way up the command structure. So we actually have our own landing page on the Lexington, Kentucky website. So if you go to lexingtonky.gov/correctionsjobs, it gives you information not only on what the job is about, but what the hiring process is like too. So we usually run a recruit class every month and a half, somewhere in there. And if you apply in between those, we actually bring you on, start you getting paid before the class starts, where you kind of go around, you shadow other officers, kind of get a little bit more of an idea of what that's like. So what you need to have, you need to be legally able to work in the United States. You have to be 21 years old and a U.S. citizen. What we're looking for is someone that doesn't have any felony convictions, but if you go on the website, it really shows you all the individual little things and really guides you through that process. One thing that's nice about our division is we will train you from the ground up. When I started here, I had no background in criminal justice. I did not go to school for criminal justice. all the training that you need, we will give you, and you'll get paid during that training. It's 5 weeks of classroom training, and then you'll have 5 weeks with an officer assigned to you to show you the ropes. They'll start out having you just watch them. By the end of that 5 weeks, they're just kind of checking in on you, making sure you're doing okay. So right now we're starting at $20 an hour. The other things that you get to, health, vision, dental, you get money to go towards all those plans. You also get quite a bit of paid time off that you can start accruing. You start accruing that on day one. So you start with 3 weeks of vacation a year. That's plus 12 government holidays. We get 2 flex holidays in there as well. We also get 120 hours a year worth of sick leave. So that way, if you are ill and you have to take time off, you're not taking away from vacations that you can take later, just covering while you're not feeling well. I actually came to this career for the benefits before anything else. Having the retirement, having health insurance, dental insurance, I got to a point in my life that I had to start paying attention to that, and that brought me into the career, and it's kept me here ever since. I really think it's a good job. You should check us out. Check out the website. You'll see a couple videos, see what the job's about. Again, it's lexingtonky.gov/correctionsjobs.
When we come back, we dive into pool safety.
What's the next question we need to ask the lawn treatment company?
Many lawn services mix in weed control with every treatment. It's really only needed in the spring when weeds are starting to grow.
And that's fewer chemicals in our environment.
Check.
We're off for the park.
You have all your supplies?
I think I've got it all. Balls, stick to fetch, and a book.
One more thing, bags. Lexington has great parks, so let's keep them clean.
Right. Bag it, tie it, trash it every time.
Exactly. It's that easy.
Welcome back to Lexington Now. Summer is pool season, but it can be hazardous if you aren't following safety precautions. Zachary Martin, Recreation Manager for Pools, has some tips.
I'm Zachary Martin. I'm the Recreation Manager for Aquatics. So some ways to stay safe in the pool. Always make sure you're in an area of water that you can handle. If you're not a good swimmer, you don't go to the deep end. The shallow end's your friend. Make sure that if you are wearing a flotation device, that is a Coast Guard approved flotation device. Always swimming with another person. Don't ever be alone in the water, or alone at the pool. We have 6 pools, one right here at Southland, which we're at. The others are at Shiloh Park, Douglas Park, Castlewood Park, and Tate's Creek, right next to the golf course, Tate's Creek Golf Course, and then Woodland Park as well. We're having a good summer. It's a little warm out here. It's fun to get in the pool. Cost $5 to get into the pool for adults and $3 for children at our 2 neighborhood pools. At our 4 aquatic centers, it costs $6 for an adult and $4 for children. Or you can buy a discounted season pass. We're past July 4th. It is $27.50 for a single pool pass now. Pool pass will let you in at any of our pools. You can bring towels, you can bring some water. We don't allow coolers or outside food and beverages or anything like that. We ask that you don't wear cotton in our pools because the cotton gets into our filters and breaks down our filters. So we ask that it'll all be some sort of swimming material like nylon or polyester or something like that. So we have lifeguards at every single one of our pools. They're all Red Cross certified. And ready to leap in if it happens. If you're certified, we are still hiring for lifeguards, yes, if you're already certified. So we have 4 of our pools that offer swimming lessons: Southland, Shiloh, Tate's Creek, and Woodland. They are $45 for a session. We have one more session left, starting July 18th, running till the end of August. And they run about 2 weeks, and they're either Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday and Thursday. We have them from all ages. We even have adult lessons too. All people under the age of 13 need to have a guardian over the age of 17 to come with them to the pool. We try to make sure that we get them comfortable. We're given a good introduction to water. We have level 1 classes. So just try to get them calm into the water, and sometimes they run to their parents, because they're scared, but we try to help them, ease them into the water. We go up to level 5, which is getting ready for like swim team. We're really refining the different types of swim strokes, and all the way down to level 1, which is never seen water, don't know what water is, anything like that. So, all right, you can sign up at any of our 4 pools that offer swim lessons, Southland, Tates Creek, Woodland, or Shiloh for that pool. Yeah, come join us at the pool. We still got another month left in July and a little bit into August before, school starts. We're all ready to go.
National Parks and Recreation Month continues with Parks and Rec's Summer Playground Days. Paul Hooper fills us in.
The NRPA, which is the National Recreation and Park Association, designated July National Parks and Recreation Month, and it's been going on since the 80s. So every year it's always a great opportunity to get out, see our programs, see our camps. We've got tons of camps going on. We now have playgrounds or kind of activations popping up. We've got Nature in Your Neighborhood. There's tons of activities. So we're really just celebrating everything that is Parks and Recreation. Summer Playground Days is what we're calling it, where we're going to be popping up in different parks all over the city. And then we've also partnered with local businesses. So each Friday of July, a different business is going to be releasing a product. And then a portion of the proceeds from that is going to go towards planting trees at one of the local parks.
Right now we are in Valley Park, which is a big park located in the 11th District. And this is a park that gets a ton of activity throughout the year, from weddings to birthday parties, kids running on the playground, a soccer program, other activities and dance classes running out of the neighborhood center. So this is always a kind of an epicenter of activity for this area.
It's all free, so kids and families can come out, experience it. We've got the full schedule on lexingtonky.gov/parks. Then we also have something new this year that's Nature in Your Neighborhood. So it's similar to the Summer Playground Days. It's a program that's very nature focused. That's going to be all over different parks over the summer, where there's going to be craft activities and lots of fun things that kind of get kids involved with nature. They're maybe building something with natural clay or using, leaves to make an art project. So there's a lot of great opportunities, no matter your age, to really get out and engage. They're all free, so there's plenty of things to do.
A lot of children, don't have the resources to be able to pay to go to a camp or something like that over the summer. So I just really appreciate that our city and Parks and Rec are stepping up and doing programs like these. And they're also doing programming about nature throughout the summer and Parks and Rec month. I think all of us grew to appreciate Parks and Rec more and what they do during COVID, and just the amenities that they offer in our local parks.
Parks and Recreation here in Lexington not only has lots of events all around, but we have multiple community centers, golf courses, aquatic centers and pools. There's tons of recreational activities available at all of the different parks. So if you're into disc golf or mountain biking, basketball, you can always just go visit a park and do whatever you want. But we do have multiple concert series that run throughout the summer at Moondance Amphitheater, Big Band and Jazz out at Ecton Park. There's tons of different free music all over the place. So if you're really wanting to go experience music, bring a picnic, that's a great opportunity. Parks are for everyone, and so we want people to really realize that and understand that no matter their passion, we have a park. So if you go to lexingtonky.gov/parks, there's lots of different links there where you can find your local parks really easily. There's a map that will show you all the parks in your neighborhood as well as the bigger ones. You can click on it and find out what each of them have. There's also a link to view all of our upcoming events. So if we've got events and programs coming to your neighborhood or bigger ones like concerts or something, you can find those on there. And then we have a lot of other resources like the hours for our community centers, which, while it's hot outside, you might want to come in, lift some weights, play some basketball. We've got different programs for those. So all of that information is on lexingtonky.gov/parks. You can also follow us on social media, which is LexKYParks on all the social channels, and we're constantly posting new things that are happening soon, and it's a great way to kind of follow along with what's going on.
It's summer recess, so we only have one live meeting to tell you about, and as always, you can watch it here or streaming online. And remember, for the most accurate and up-to-date information on all city business, check out our website at lexingtonky.gov. Here's this week's meeting coverage. That's all for now, but as always, you can keep up with us on social media. Check out the latest traffic updates on Twitter at LexRex or catch our live traffic cams on lexingtonky.gov. For all of us at Lex TV, I'm Neil Noah, and that's it for now.